this edition of Eagles Hockey, we're on the ice at Center 200 as the Cape Breton Screaming Eagles are with the Northside Vikings of the Northside Minor Hockey Association. The reason? The Vikings won a contest to practice with the team. And you know something? I don't know who's having more fun. The younger players of the Cape Breton Screaming Eagles. We'll get a chance to talk with some of the players. Evgeny Svechnikov back from the World Junior Hockey Championships. Also, we'll talk with Clark Bishop, the captain of the Screaming Eagles, about what it's like to be with the youngsters. And, of course, our usual chat with Marc-Andre Dumas, the head coach and general manager of the Cape Breton Screaming Eagles. So the young players are here in Cape Breton, but what's it like in Russia for minor hockey? And we're talking with Evgeny Svechnikov in your hometown of Kazan. What was it like at minor hockey over there? Was it early mornings? Would the parents take you to the rink?
Well, yes, we woke up at 5 a.m. o'clock and eat some porridge and bring a car. My dad warming up the car and I go at 5 o'clock in the morning and we drive to the rink and the keys. So we just came in at the rink, you know, dressed up and go on ice like every day like that. And after practice we went to school. So every day was like that.
So it was really no different in Kazan, Russia than it is here in Cape Breton?
No.
Your father was just as blurry-eyed as the parents here getting up at that time to take you to the rink in the morning.
Yes, that's right.
Just very quickly, while I've got you here, Evgeny, to play at the World Championships, to do as well as you did, must have been a real thrill.
Well, unfortunately, we want to go, right? So it didn't happen, but I'm really proud of what we have. Our success, I think it's some dream to come true, and I think we just gotta find some next step in life, and in hockey life career. So I think it was a great experience.
Do you think a lot of people really understand just how good it is at that level at the World Championships? I mean, this is great hockey here, but it's another step above when you're playing at a World Championship.
Well, of course, they understand how is it great level, and even more when you're there, when you see everything, when you play on ice, and you feel more. So it's really a great tournament. It's great level. So the guys playing from NHL even. So it's I say again, it's unbelievable experience. One
other question, and that's to play at the World Championships. Does it enable you to prepare yourself maybe a little better for the professional game that's ahead for you?
Oh, yes, of course. I went there with the mind prepared to to kind of NHL game, or it's great players there, and I thought I'm gonna prepare to next levels and next steps. So
the next thing now is to try to win a Memorial Cup with Cape Breton.
Yes, that's right. That's our goal.
Evgeny Svechnikov, the Cape Breton Screaming Eagles.
What's the coolest spot? What's the coolest part of this?
Go and play with the Eagles.
Oh.
Go practice.
Do you have a favorite Eagle?
Evgeny Svechnikov. Clark Bishop. Dubois. Svechnikov. Boucher.
Clark, you're here with this Adam team this afternoon, and it has to bring back memories when you're playing with these kids out on the ice surface, because it was only 9 years ago that you were in the same boat.
Yeah, time flies. I'm 19 years old now, my 4th year away from home, so it's nice to get out here with these kids and enjoy this moment.
Kind of really brings you back to, doesn't it, to really what the game is all about. I know when you guys are playing, there's a lot of, major junior hockey, it's going to be a lot of pressure and trying to make the playoffs or whatever, but these kids, they're still at the age where everything is fun.
Yeah, for sure. Everything should be fun for these kids, and back when I was playing Adam, it was always fun going to the rink and stuff like that, and it's still fun going to the rink, but especially when you're at this age, you definitely enjoy it a lot more. And
for a lot of these kids, and I guess you remember too, that most of these kids are still the parents that are taking them back and forth to the rink, and you kind of appreciate what they did.
Yeah, a lot of early mornings at the rink and a lot of hours spent there as well. So it's the parents should definitely get a round of applause for that.
Scott, not only for the kids, but for the coaching staff, this really helps you in preparing the kids for games, doesn't it? I mean, to be out there with these guys, to see the level of hockey player that you have on the ice with your youngsters.
Oh, for sure. When they were watching them guys practice on the bench, their eyes were wide open. They were starstruck yeah. The kids are pretty excited about it.
Especially at that level on the bench, they see the tempo that this game can be played at.
That's right. They the speed was just awesome for them. Like they just, flying up and down the ice. Like the kids aren't used to this kind of speed.
But I think it's kind of twofold, isn't it? I think for these major junior players, it helps them remember what it was like to come out on the ice as 10-year-olds and to have a little bit of a fun playing the game.
That's right. I'm watching them now. They look like they're playing just like the kids. Like they're out here having fun right now. Yeah, they're all smiles. So it's nice to see. It's awesome.
And sometimes not only the kids, but the parents forget about that part of it, don't they? I mean, it's minor hockey, but it's a game it's just a game.
Yeah, that's right. Well, we have a good group of parents. Our parents are pretty good. So yeah, awesome. Yeah.
I was speaking in general, I guess.
In general, yeah. In general, ours are good, but in general, some of them take it serious, I guess. Yeah.
Do the kids that are here this afternoon, the youngsters, not only with your team, but in minor hockey in general in Cape Breton, I think right as we move along here, I think they hold these Cape Breton Screaming Eagles, they put them up on quite a pedestal.
Oh, for sure. The kids, you get them over to a game, it's a big night out for them. They love it. They can identify with the players. Everybody knows them, so it's great. Like they all have a favorite player, and yeah, a lot of fun for the kids.
Lucas, what's it like to be here this afternoon with the Cape Breton Screaming Eagles, first of all, before we talk about the kind of year you're having?
Feels awesome. And, it just feels nice to be with them every now and then, watching them, practicing with them.
Tell me, you were sitting on the bench before you came out here with the guys, right?
Yep.
You saw them practicing. Were you impressed with what? What was the big thing that impressed you the most?
They tried hard, never gave up, and, yeah.
And the speed? What about the speed they play at?
Yeah, and the speed, skate hard, and they stick handle, keep their heads up. That's good.
Tell me, do you think all the guys that you're playing with, would they like to be playing eventually in the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League?
Yeah, most of them.
Who's your favorite Screaming Eagle?
Svechnikov.
Svechnikov's a good player. Tell me, what kind of a year are you having with the team?
Pretty good.
You guys must be heading in the playoffs pretty soon, are you?
Yeah, second place.
Good stuff. Well, congratulations, Lucas. Thanks very much.
Thanks.
The head coach and general manager of the Cape Breton Screaming Eagles, Marc-Andre Dumas. And Marc, it's kind of bringing major junior hockey and grassroots hockey together in this afternoon in the program, and I think everyone's having a lot of fun.
You know what? Hockey is a game, and it's got to be fun. And I'm wondering right now, Dave, if the kids or my players are having the most fun out there. So it's great to see, and it's a great event. I think it brings a team to be on the ice with the boys, and our guys really love to be in the community and be participating in that kind of event.
Lets them kind of forget about the business of hockey, doesn't it?
Absolutely. I mean, it brings you back to, and the guys get to see the kids that look up to them and that want to reproduce them and want to do as them and want to play for the Eagles one day. And it puts a lot of things in perspective, and it's great to see the enthusiasm on the ice today.
Okay, and now talk about the Cape Breton Screaming Eagles at this point in the season. Is it I don't even know if this is perfect English, but is it hunker down time, right? As far as the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League season is concerned.
Well, we always know after Christmas we separate men from children, and we got 19 games left. We've proven in the last couple of weeks that we can be a powerhouse in this league, and we're not afraid of anyone. We're not afraid of any team. What we need to go get right now is consistency in our game. We had some solid home games against Bathurst and against Moncton, and then we had a solid game Friday night against St. John. One of the most fun games I've ever been involved in hockey. The game was on Sportsnet, and then I felt that Saturday, and the guys agreed with that too, is that we weren't playing our A game all the time, and that's where we want to build some consistency. We needed to play Saturday like we did Friday, so we're going to prepare for this. And this week we're headed on the road again to Charlottetown for 2 games, and Halifax at 3-3, and we want to make sure that we show more consistency.
That is the enigma of a Quebec Major Junior Hockey League team, isn't it? To try and get that consistency every game, and it's something everyone strives for.
You're absolutely right. If you speak to a lot of coaches, that's what they're going to tell you. And especially with a team that's mature, sometimes it's easy to sit back and just use your skill or focus on assets you got to win games. But we want to win games. We want to be successful because of our all-around behavior or attitude or work ethic. And consistency, Dave, is a skill. So if we don't work at it, we're not going to improve it. And we need to work at it in practice and then see how it works out in games and make sure in games that we're consistent too.
Is it difficult where you are in the standings to prepare for the playoffs, because you're really a couple of points either way and you're playing a different team, or do you have to just try and prepare for everything?
Honestly, Dave, until last game last year in regular season, we didn't know where we'd be finishing and who would be playing in the first round. So it's that kind of league. There's a lot of parity. Everybody can move up. Everybody can move down. So what's important is to focus on ourselves, and once the regular season is done, then we'll focus on our first opponent. As we said before, our main objective right now is to make sure that we start at home in the playoffs. We want to start at home in the first round, and then obviously we want to be playing good hockey when the playoffs start.
Okay, one other question. This is about your general manager's hat. New faces in the lineup. From the games we've seen here at Center 200, they fit into the lineup very, very well. Are you happy with the moves that were made and so far how things have been going?
Well, I love the enthusiasm that the acquired guys brought to our dressing room from the first to the last one. Mick Joly came in. He was so excited to be able to have a chance to play with guys like Max Lazarev and Evgeny Sveshnikov and Clark Bishop. I mean, Mick Joly wants to sign an NHL entry-level contract with an NHL team now. He wants to do it now, and there's an urgency in his attitude that's great for our dressing room. And you got guys like Giovanni Fiore, Massimo Carosa. Those guys are coming in a team that wants to succeed, go deep. They came in so happy to be here and be able to contribute. A guy like Mas Carosa is leaving the Quebec Ramparts, a team that's rebuilding. So for him, it was a great step up. Giovanni was already with a good team, so he was relieved to be going to a team that still wants to contend and wants to go deep. So those guys are great. Lee Dower, leaving Junior A, getting the call from me saying, you know what, we're going to bring you up for the rest of the season. It's the dream of his life to be able to get here. He's been working so hard. It's great to see Scotty Green in Sherbrooke that we acquired, gets back in the Maritimes, gets to work a lot with Hank and John in extra time. Doesn't get a lot of games right now, but he'll get his chance. So, and I may be missing one or two, but every guy, Dave, that came in, Daryl McCollum, leaving Junior A to earn a full-time spot in Major Junior, those guys were so excited and so happy that it brought a lot of enthusiasm. It brought the other guys that were still with the team to say, you know what, we're fortunate to be here, and let's take advantage of it.
And I guess from a general manager's point of view, you could be scouting some of the little kids here this afternoon, maybe down the road.
I don't want to put any pressure on those kids. The most important thing is for them to have fun, and that's what I tell hockey coaches, parents, and little kids. The most important thing is just to have fun and enjoy, and the life lessons, that you earn from playing hockey. Scott, the coach, was telling me that they lost in the final of a tournament, and all the boys were crying, boys and girls. If there's girls, they were all crying after the game. And I said, you know what? It's the highs and lows of life. In life, that's what happens sometimes. You get highs, you get lows, and you got to deal with them. And losing a game or winning in a tournament is part of life.
Marc-Andre Dumont, the head coach and general manager of the Cape Breton Screaming Eagles. We're into the part of the Cape Breton Screaming Eagles season that is very important as they're trying to jockey for position in the playoffs. Finish 5th, 6th, or 7th, whatever happens, it means where they start in the playoffs, and they want to start as a home team, as you heard from Marc-Andre Dumont. So we'll see what happens over the next couple of weeks when Eagles hockey returns.